Just as nice. Then also Holiday Inn downtown Camera, very pleasant, cool, comfortable. 57 in Chattanooga, low humidity. 52 in Cleveland, 51 in Murphy. Heading out to maybe doing a little fishing. Wouldn't that be a great way to spend your midweek? 57 by 7 a.m. You'll have plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Dropping a line in the water this evening, it will be 79 degrees. We'll top out in the low 80s in the valley. 81 up toward Murphy, North Carolina. 77 the high in Altamont. Just absolutely gorgeous weather. A little bit warmer than average, and it's going to stay that way through the rest of the week. But big changes this weekend. You have outdoor plans, get it done early Saturday because rain is on the way. We'll have details coming up in just a moment, guys.
All right, David, good advice. Thank you so much. We're breaking overnight in Marion County. South Pittsburgh police are looking for a person of interest in a shooting. Now, it happened around 10:30 last night on Birch Avenue. The victim was shot twice and has wounds to his hand and his back. Police are looking for Michael A. Godsby, who they say is a person of interest. This investigation is ongoing. Of course, you can stay with Channel 3 both on air and online as this story continues to develop.
New this morning, police have released new body camera video of officers responding to Sunday night's deadly shooting in Las Vegas that left 58 people dead and wounded hundreds of others. NBC's Jay Gray reports from Las Vegas with the latest.
Hey, you guys, get down! Haunting new video this morning. Body cameras worn by Las Vegas police capture the intense search for the gunman as hundreds of shots rain down on fans at the Route 91 Country Music Festival. We are also getting our first look now through an open door and police tape into Stephen Paddock's war room. In the entryway, a high-powered sniper rifle, one of 23 weapons, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition in the alleged gunman's suite on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino. Investigators also uncovering multiple video cameras there.
There were 2 cameras located in the hallway so that the suspect could watch as law enforcement or security approached his room. And there was another camera placed inside the hotel room door peephole so that he could see down the hallway.
The FBI is reviewing images from those cameras. Agents also want to know why a week before the massacre, Paddock transferred $100,000 to a bank account in the Philippines. Police say his girlfriend, 62-year-old Mary Lou Danley, was there this week visiting relatives.
The investigation with her is ongoing. Currently, she's a person of interest.
And was met by federal agents when she landed in Los Angeles overnight. As investigators continue to gather information about Paddock and his life before the attack.
He was a sick man, a demented man. We're looking into him very, very seriously.
President Trump travels to Las Vegas later today for the first time since the killing spree. Jay Gray, NBC News, Las Vegas.
We visited our local emergency rooms to learn how they prepare for events like the Las Vegas shooting. Park Ridge officials told us employees have disaster training every year and 2 hands-on exercises a year for different scenarios, from active shooter drills to an influx of flu cases. The emergency preparedness director says while Chattanooga has not seen an event like the Las Vegas massacre, hospitals have dealt with major trauma across the city.
We're here to help you, we're prepared to help you, and we partner with our other hospital systems here in town to be there for this community. It's very much all hands on deck.
Now, Erlanger is the region's only level 1 trauma center. Officials there tell us training is conducted on a regular basis on specific protocols for a large number of patients. All right, happening today, Hamilton County commissioners are talking about moving a Confederate statue in Chattanooga.
Commissioner Greg Beck proposed the resolution to move the statue of Confederate Army Lieutenant General Alexander Peter Stewart from the Hamilton County Courthouse lawn. Channel 3's Tim Pham has been following this story very closely from the beginning and joins us live with an update. Good morning, Tim.
Well, good morning to both of you. The debate continues here at the Hamilton County Courthouse in downtown Chattanooga, and this is the statue in question. This has caused a lot of debate in Hamilton County and around the country. You can see that it's of Alexander P. Stewart, a lieutenant general from the Confederate Army. It's caused a lot of debate here locally. Some commissioners say that it needs to be preserved because of its historical piece and what it adds to this community, but others say that it's a painful reminder of what some had to go through in our country's history. We spoke with one commissioner who says why he wants to keep this statue just the way it is.
We do an injustice when we judge people's lives in the 21st century, when we judge that 19th and 18th century mindset through a 21st century lens.
Well, the NAACP's local chapter here in Chattanooga had a march and a rally this weekend. It drew a lot of people to the courthouse, which could be a sign of how many people are expected to show up at today's county commission meeting, which begins at 9:30 here at the old courthouse on Georgia Avenue. It is open to the public. We're told that there is a vote expected later this morning. We'll be sure to let you know what happens. For now, reporting live in Hamilton County, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Tim, thank you for that update. It was National Night Out last night, and that's where police work to bridge the gap between officers and the community. The Chattanooga Police Department has made it a mission to build a stronger relationship with the community to try to stop crime. One woman we talked to said feeling safe in your own community is more important now than ever before, and getting to know the officers who protect and serve is key.
People don't know the face of the police officer. They know the navy blue or midnight blue uniform, but they don't know their name. They don't know where they come from, if they're natives here, and I think that's important.
National Night Out takes place across the country. By the way, Collegedale's event will be on Halloween at the Commons.
All right, it is 5:06 on this hump day. Let's go ahead and talk about the forecast now.
Yeah, the weather's been so great the last couple of days. Let's check in with David to see how today looks.
I think it's going to be great. It's going to be basically a continuation of what we've had the past couple of days. Nice, cool mornings, very comfortable afternoons. Evenings, we go back to absolutely beautiful. Sat on the porch with my wife and dad and had dinner outside on the porch, and it was just amazing. Had a great time. Right now, 57 in Chattanooga. I would encourage you to do the same. Fire up the grill, have a good time this evening. It'll be around 80 degrees for our high this afternoon, and then we'll cool down through the 70s as the evening progresses. Temperatures are going to stay above average for this time of the year. The average high is 77, but hey, come on, with the low humidity, it's going to feel great. Now, you'll see Friday into Saturday, Sunday, 84 degrees Friday, 80 Saturday and Sunday. More humidity and rain moves in for the weekend. We'll have the details on that in just a moment, guys.
All right, David, thanks so much. You know, I had Taco Bell in the car, and it was nice.
With the windows down.
With the windows down, yes. Of course. All right, looking at traffic, things looking A-okay if you're getting out and about this Wednesday morning. No accidents to report. We'll keep you updated right here on Channel 4.
The time now is 5:07. Let's go ahead and check sports headlines with Paul Shaheen, who has a look at some recruitment issues with the Tennessee Volunteers, and they might be having.
2 weeks ago, the Vols barely slipped past UMass. On Saturday, they were boat raced out of Neyland Stadium by Georgia. On Sunday, three-star wideout commit Jatavius Harris reopened his recruitment. On Monday, UT starting offensive lineman Venzel Bulware announced he's leaving the program. Yesterday, another prize recruit is now having second thoughts. The latest, it's in our backyard. Baylor stud Brendan Harris, a four-star defensive back who committed to Tennessee in May, tweeted this yesterday, quote, "I would like to announce that my recruitment is now open to all schools. We've reached out to Baylor." Head coach Phil Massey says Harris is not available for comment, and he's, quote, trying to figure it all out right now. On the prep beat, another Friday Night Football Game of the Week vote goes down to the wire. Just 41 votes separated the two sides. In the end, Central at Eastridge wins our Game of the Week honor. That means our entire Game of the Week crew will be there on Friday. We're talking live shots, highlights, fan cam, post-game interviews, and more. It's a marquee Region 2 4A showdown. As of right now, Central is 3-0 in region play. Eastridge has lost just one game all season. It was a region loss to Anderson County, who's undefeated. That was last week. That's it for sports. Always more online and inside our app. Have one heck of a day.
Thank you, Paul. Coming up on Eyewitness News today.
The United States has expelled 15 Cuban diplomats from the embassy in Washington, D.C. Find out why after the break.
with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today.
The United States has now expelled 15 diplomats from the Cuban embassy in Washington, D.C. The move, announced yesterday, comes after 22 staffers at the U.S. Embassy in Cuba experienced strange health effects due to a mysterious attack. Cuban diplomats have 7 days to leave the United States. According to the State Department, the decision is not meant to signal a change in policy with Cuba and is not meant as punishment or an indication of blame.
They have a responsibility to keep our people safe. And we say very, very often here, the safety and security of U.S. personnel, including U.S. citizens abroad, is our top priority.
So last month, the State Department ordered the departure of all non-emergency U.S. personnel assigned in Havana and all of their family members, many of whom are suffering from headaches, hearing loss, and other symptoms. The Cuban government has repeatedly denied any role in the attacks and has launched its own investigation in addition to the ongoing United States probe.
On the 60th anniversary of the launch of the first satellite into space, Sputnik was the topic of a film at a Moscow museum. The footage was shot using cameras specifically modified for space. The event caps off a big week in Russia to celebrate Sputnik. By the way, that launch happened in 1957 and started the space race and opened up the final frontier.
All right, 5:12 on Wednesday, coming up on Eyewitness News Today.
The cooler fall weather is a good time to pay attention to your garden.
Okay.
And after the break, we'll hear from the owner of a new urban garden center who's helping city dwellers create their own serene space. We'll be back.
Good morning. We have got lots going on with our weather coming up the next few days. It's going to be nice through Friday, but rain this weekend. Let me show you the source of this rainfall. A couple of tropical systems, actually. First of all, we have one. It's probably not going to develop into anything, only a 10% chance. It's going to be a big rainmaker for South Florida. We have another system down in the Caribbean that's beginning to gain a little bit of juice. It's going to lift northward. It has an 80% chance of developing, and the two of these systems are basically going to meet in the Gulf of Mexico. All of that energy is going to work its way through the Tennessee Valley. All of that happens this weekend. So let's talk about it. First of all, we're looking at rainfall that we haven't seen in the past 2 to 4 weeks possible across the southeast, which has been a little bit rain-starved over the past 2, 3, 4 weeks. And that's not just the Tennessee Valley. That's much of the southeastern United States. Rainfall amounts will be highly dependent on the exact track of the tropical systems that are developing. So we'll take a bit more of a look at that in just a moment. Right now outside, just beautiful. Go outside, get that cup of coffee, sit on the porch and enjoy. This afternoon won't be too shabby either, getting into the low 80s, and then perfect weather again this evening. A little bit of fog west of town, heading up into Marion County on up onto the Cumberland Plateau. That's about the only thing going on this morning. Overall, just sunny and pleasant. It'll stay that way through Friday, though we'll see the humidity beginning to creep up a little bit Friday, leading to the rain this weekend. And then behind that rain, by the middle of next week, we'll see it cooling down significantly, with highs going from the low 80s to the low 70s by Wednesday of next week. Outside this morning, again, enjoy it as much as you can. 57 in Chattanooga, 61 in Dalton, 52 degrees in Cleveland, 52 in Athens, and 52 in Murphy, North Carolina. What a great start to the day. High pressure continuing to build in. Lots of clear skies today. Nothing but sunshine. Okay, maybe one or two little fluffy clouds here and there, but lots of blue sky to go right along with it. Same on Thursday. Cool mornings and evenings. Nice, warm, pleasant afternoons. And then on Friday, that high begins to work its way out. Winds become a little more southerly. You can see that tropical moisture beginning to lift up. The humidity will begin to climb. And Saturday into Sunday, here we go. We have those two areas of low pressure combining, beginning to work their way through. We'll have scattered showers on Saturday afternoon. And then as this front shoves all of that moisture through the Tennessee Valley Saturday night and basically all day on Sunday, we're going to have rain moving through. That'll last through Sunday night into Monday. So basically Saturday afternoon through Monday afternoon, we're going to see some pretty solid rainfall and then scattered showers on and off through Tuesday. Then we'll finally clear out for good by Wednesday. Rainfall amounts could be very decent, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain up to 6 inches of rain west of town, say Middle Tennessee back toward West Tennessee. So a little bit of flooding this weekend, not out of the realm of possibility. 81 the high today. Tonight, we drop down to 57, another great start, and then a little warmer Thursday and Friday. Humidity still low Thursday, and then the rain moves in this weekend. Get ready for it.
Ooh, all right, David, thanks so much. Again, make those plans early Saturday morning. Well, that cooler weather of fall makes for a great time to pay attention to your garden, actually. And a new urban garden center is meeting the needs of city dwellers. Meteorologist Brittany Begg spoke with the owner, one of the owners, who is helping those who live in the city create a serene space.
For those that live downtown or work downtown, there's now a small oasis. A new garden center has opened right downtown off Market Street. Bees on a Bicycle is named Business of the Month of October by Chattanooga Chamber Southside.
And I think it's really important to bring plant life into the city and have the opportunity, even on a small scale.
This unique garden center offers a tiny but mighty approach on just under a quarter of an acre lot. What's different about her business is that it supports local artists.
Got a couple artists, one of which is Clay Miller. He does concrete work, and he uses found objects.
Objects like bits and pieces of fossil and fence line can be found in the pots, which are not clay, but concrete. Shaw says she works with other vendors where the firing techniques are one of a kind.
Your pot's not going to be sitting at your neighbor's house. It's going to be something that's unique to your doorstep.
Bees on a Bicycle is not an ordinary garden center. It's an experience that requires some time to go through.
It's just incredible. People just are like, hi Kath, I'm here again just to see what's what. I'm just hanging out. And I'm like, okay, you just make yourself at home.
Paintings and decorative items are on display, many of which are one of a kind, made in Chattanooga. Workshops are held all year round addressing urban garden issues, including intense heat from asphalt, balconies, what to do with strips between sidewalks and roads, tips for roof gardens, and options for pollinator and rain gardens. The owner, Catherine Shaw, tells me folks have come by, sat relaxed, looked at the fish that are in the pond, sit here and had a sandwich, and then just enjoyed the scenery. Reporting here in downtown Chattanooga, meteorologist Brittany Beggs, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Very cool. And the grand opening is actually today at 4:45. For a list of when workshops will be held, of course, you can always visit our website. That one.
And she talked about sitting outside and enjoying the nice weather. People will be able to do that for a few more days, and then the rain is going to move in. Of course, we're checking with David about that. We'll talk with him in just a moment, but still ahead on Eyewitness News today.
Well, President Trump will visit Las Vegas today to offer comfort following Sunday's mass shooting. The trip comes one day after he visited storm-ravaged Puerto Rico. Tracy Potts will have the latest coming up after this break.
Now, the US 101 Garth Brooks Song of the Day.
Hey, it's US 101's Ken, Kelly, and Daniel. We want you to be listening for our US 101 Garth Brooks Song of the Day.
You can win 2 tickets to the sold-out show in Atlanta in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Listen to us this morning from 9 to 10 for the song The Dance. Be the third caller in to win your tickets.
After being praised by officials in Texas and Florida for quick hurricane response, President Trump has been criticized by Puerto Rican officials and citizens there for a slower recovery effort. Today, the president will shift to another disaster when he visits Las Vegas. NBC's Tracy Potts has the latest from Washington.
Day 2 as consoler-in-chief. This morning, President Trump heads to Las Vegas. He'll meet patients, medical staff, first responders, civilian heroes, but no talk of gun control.
We'll be talking about gun laws as time goes by.
We hear that every time something happens. When is the right time?
Senator Dianne Feinstein's already working on legislation to ban bump stocks. That's what the shooter used to simulate automatic gunfire.
That's something I think that we'll take a look at.
But a Republican effort to make silencers legal, well, that's on hold.
It's entirely premature to be discussing about legislative solutions, if any.
Today's trip to Las Vegas follows President Trump going viral, throwing paper towels to victims in Puerto Rico, praising the recovery, but not its cost.
You've thrown our budget a little out of whack.
Comparing the island's death toll to Hurricane Katrina.
16 people versus in the thousands. You can be very proud of.
He kind of minimized our suffering here by saying that Katrina was a real disaster, sort of implying that this was not a real disaster.
Stop blaming Puerto Rico. I don't remember the president telling Texas that they threw our budget out of whack after Harvey.
President Trump managing dual disasters focused on the people and the price of recovery. In a late interview with Fox, the president focused on wiping out Puerto Rico's debt. That's the way he put it. He's been criticized for repeatedly focusing on Puerto Rico's debt while victims there are still suffering. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Well, House Democrats will honor the victims of the Las Vegas shooting today in the nation's capital. House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi says she will demand gun violence prevention legislation. Congressman John Lewis will join Pelosi in calling for the immediate passage of the bipartisan legislation to strengthen background checks. Former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords will also join her former colleagues. You might remember Giffords resigned from Congress after an Arizona gunman shot her in the head in 2011.
The former CEO of Equifax testified before a House subcommittee overseeing digital commerce and consumer protection on Tuesday. Richard Smith said he apologized for that criminal hack that affected the personal information of more than 145 million people. Smith blamed the breach on human and technological errors. Smith also announced a new Equifax service that will allow customers the ability to control their credit data, including locking and unlocking their credit files whenever they want to.
All right, it is 5:26. We still have more coming up on Eyewitness News today.
A warning to consumers this morning about a roofing scam. Channel 3's Michelle Herron will join us in the live report after the break, and she'll have more about how you can avoid a similar scam.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today.
Good morning, Tennessee Valley. You're watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today. I'm Lori Mitchell.
I'm John Martin. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning. Ava Carnes joins us now to talk about the forecast and what we can expect moving into, I guess, the midway point in this work week.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Gorgeous again.